everyone, and welcome back to We Talk Cricket. Look, I know you are excited as I am to talk about this topic. We have 10 teams right now on the road trying so hard to qualify for the last two, I should say, remaining spots for the Cricket World Cup 2023 competition that will start very soon. I can't say enough, but before I jump into discussing the possibilities, the chances, who is my favorite, let's talk a little bit about Twila. Now, my brother mentioned it the last time. Now, Twila is a wonderful pillow. We're actually good friends with the owner. Like, we're just doing a favor. Like, they believed in us when we started the channel, gave us support. So we're reaching back out and doing a favor. This video isn't sponsored, so maybe soon, right? Hopefully in the future. But for right now, we're just giving them a big shout out and just letting you know about their product. Now, we will have a promo code showcased right up top here. So if you go to the link below and enter the promo code, you'll get a 15% discount on this pillow. And hey, I will tell you this honestly, I've always struggled to sleep. Always had a problem with my pillow. Always got to punch the thing or fluff it up. This is the first pillow, and I don't have to lie about this. This is the first pillow I didn't have to do that with. So if you guys are struggling, I know cricketers need their sleep, try the pillow. Put in the promo code and have yourself a great night's rest. Now, on to the video. Look, 10 teams vying for 2 spots to the most anticipated event in cricket history, okay? Whoever lifts the Cricket World Cup trophy are just deemed heroes. They're deemed legends. Okay, and this year for the qualifiers, I should say, we have 10 teams vying for just 2 spots to just make their country proud. Okay, now schedule just came out. It starts June 18th in Zimbabwe, so we got a lot to look forward to. But let's jump into the teams that will be vying for those top 2 spots. Okay, now they are split into 2 groups, mind you, so don't be surprised, all right? So let's go ahead and do it. I'll jump in. I'll read it off my phone. I ain't Superman, okay? So in Group A, we have West Indies, Zimbabwe, Netherlands, Nepal, and USA. In Group B, we have Sri Lanka, Ireland, Scotland, Oman, and UAE. Now, the way this is going to progress is that the top 3 teams from those groups, each group respectively, will progress to the Super 6 stages, and they'll each play each other. Then the top 2 teams from the Super 6 will play in the final, and those 2 teams automatically qualify to go participate in the Cricket World Cup 2023 championship or tournament, however way you want to phrase it. Now, I must say first and foremost, disappointed to see a few of these teams in here. Kind of disappointed at ICC the way they did things. It used to be 10 teams, and then they'd like probably bring in like a couple more. But you can tell that with so many countries wanting to play cricket and trying their best to get here, they're just being like, hey, if you really want it, you'll fight for it. Okay, now we have West Indies in Group A. Now obviously they're going to be my favorites going in, at least to take a top 2 position. But they also have a tough group with Zimbabwe, Netherlands, who did beat them before in previous World Cups, by the way. So, Netherlands and Zimbabwe, not joking. And also they have Nepal and USA. Now USA, if you'd watched their other videos, are the surprising team coming out of the pre-World Cup qualifiers for cricket, okay? They have a strong batting and bowling lineup, and they will play the first match versus West Indies once it kicks off on June 18th. Okay, so we got lots to look out for. So for me, coming out of this group, like if I were to give my top favorites coming out of the group, I would want, let me just give it this way. Nepal is a surprise entry, right? But we also know that every team that made it this far has definitely put in the work to get here. So for me, the obvious favorites to try and come out of this group would be West Indies, Zimbabwe, USA, those would be my top 3. Now, I could be wrong. The Netherlands could step up. Nepal could step up. But I expect USA to put in a real fight because that's what they did in the pre-qualifiers. Like, I'm not joking. They were underdog of underdogs. So if they keep the mentality going, you never know what could happen. Group B now, I'm definitely for sure going Sri Lanka. Like they're a nation of prideful cricketers, not in a bad way. They're cricketers who really love the game, and they'll do it all just to make sure that their team performs at the best and gets to that Cricket World Cup 2023, and that they'll attain or achieve that qualifying spot. So I definitely have them as front runners. Now, I don't know if you noticed what they did in the groups, but they actually put two previous Cricket World Cup winners in separate groups. Interesting, right? It's almost like they're itching, they're wanting a West Indies versus Sri Lanka final. But hey, cricket is an interesting game. And we all know that the team that comes ready to play, comes ready to win, walks away with that victory. That's all I gotta say on that. Now, my next two to come out of this group, honestly, would be UAE and Ireland. Now, I know you're thinking, same, what about Scotland, what about Oman? Don't get me wrong, they play good cricket, but UAE, along with the USA, were the top three qualifiers coming out of the Cricket World Cup pre-qualifiers, just to get to the qualifiers. I know it's a mouthful, right? But they definitely have a good squad, and I don't think anybody should underestimate them. Now, Ireland has, I know that sounded so weird. They have had, let me rephrase that, good experience in the Cricket World Cup. They've qualified for it before, so I believe they can reach the stages, at least the Super Sixes going forward, all right? Now, get in to the Super Six now. The top two teams that I would hope to come out of that would be West Indies and Sri Lanka, but I cannot lie and say that I'm not gonna back USA or UAE or even Ireland and Zimbabwe to put in a strong fight for that. Like, I can see it. Like, I can legit, in mind's eye, see like, hey, these teams really want it, okay? And Zimbabwe's playing at home. They'll have home advantage. I know they'll bring in all their cricketers who are away from contract, being like, hey, this is priority comes first, okay? Look, I could be wrong. Tell me in the comments below who you think is really going to walk away with this. Which two teams you think is going to come out? Who do you think is going to make it to the Super Sixes? Because I'm telling you, this is a tournament you're not going to want to miss out on. Because these two teams might very well surprise the other 8 teams who are waiting to actually take part in the Cricket World Cup 2023 Championship. Okay? So those are my predictions, or at least that's my hopes. Obviously, I'm going to go West Indies all the way. But record has shown that once West Indies kind of are too confident or their squads are a little imbalanced, as we've seen recently, that things cannot work out the way. But at the end of the day, it is a team sport. So West Indies, I wish you good luck. I wish all the teams good luck going into this Cricket World Cup qualifiers. And do your best. Show the world why you deserve to be here. Because guess what? We're always going to talk about it on this channel because nobody do it the way we do. And we'd love to see you next time so we can talk some more. So, until then, I'll see you later.